What's up, guys? That Really Ghost Guy here, and we are back playing Warframe. So, Ash, as you can see, Deluxe skin is out. So, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty ecstatic. I haven't tried out. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm going into this fairly blind, other than the patch notes and whatnot. I am going to try him out in his powers. I did... Oh, be quiet, Lotus. I did watch the primetime and see the updates and whatnot that they were talking about with Ash's boosters. Let's see. This is okay. Ash bleeds something causing a crash. 3-day blah blah blah. Okay, so there's little fixes that went on with this one. On top of that, let's grab Ash Revisited. Let's make sure. So there it is. Emerge, Dark... Alright, so that's all of that. Bladestorm changes. There's a lot of this stuff. I just want to make sure that there's... they were talking about endless Bladestorms and stuff like that. I just want to make sure. Okay, teleport. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything specific about the... like endless Bladestorm and whatnot. That all is going to be probably tweaked shortly. But let's get into... I'm going to run over real quick. We're going to take a look at his skin. I'm going to show you the way I have him set up, and then I'm going to show you his powers. So, cycle, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so it doesn't look like they're going to give us anything incredibly specific about the backdoor stuff that they were worried about, such as endless Bladestorms and replenishing your energy while you're in the Bladestorm mode and stuff like that. So I'm going to experiment with that a little bit and show you guys. But first off, let's just take a look at the skin itself. This is the default coloration of the the Koga skin, 100% on Ash helmet and skin and whatnot, and I think it looks great. Originally, I thought they were going to kind of stick with a little bit of the samurai theme, and a lot of people argue with me about whether Ash was a samurai or a ninja. I get it, most of these frames are ninjas, and the game is based around ninjas, but his theme was oriented with the shoulder. I think they're called pauldrons. I don't know what they're called in technically Japanese terms, but they were designed for samurai. However, it looks like they've strayed away from that to a degree. Now, a lot of samurais had these shin guards, these things you see on his legs, and I'm actually in love with that aesthetic. I personally have not put anything on his shin guards because I love that little design. However, his arms are not as bulked up as samurai armor usually is, so that makes me lead towards the ninja aspect of it. He does, obviously, you see the blade that has to do with his Bladestorm, looks very infested. He looks almost like an infested frame, in my opinion. Unless, he's got some sort of splines or something, built into his design. All these skins are always going to be some sort of spin-off, but I love this aesthetic. It's pretty cool. I'll show you what I originally transformed him from real quick. It was my original melee-only build, if you guys know, which was this, which is more of a samurai-themed build. That's the way I geared it, and it was melee-only completely. And then it transformed to this being the default colors. And I think the default colors look great, and to be honest, I haven't decided on what coloration I want him to be yet. But at the moment, I randomized this coloration. I'm just going to stick with it for now, maybe tweak it a little bit later. I'll probably use the C slot just to kind of go through and randomize some colors real quick. Probably do a couple of those now just so you can see. Even I think that looks okay. Wow. But I think it looks great. I think that we're going to see a lot of cool colorations with him. It's hard to just randomize a good one because there's so many just the metallic on him and then his very plain looking bland colors. I feel like they're kind of going to be hard to just randomize, so we'll just flip through a couple of these here. Oops. And yeah, I'm sure we're gonna find some decent ones. Even that kind of, I don't know. I like sporting some of the odd colors. That looks kind of cool. Ooh, okay. But I'm gonna go back to the default coloration, but I'm gonna run my skins for now. So the Nakana also got a skin. That is the default skin right there. I like it. I like it. It's a pretty cool design. It's supposed to match with the Koga theme and all that, but I am going to actually switch that over to my copied colors for now. So for the most part, that is it. Like I said, this coloration is going to change a little bit. When it comes to attachments, I threw on, I actually need to remove that regalia. I accidentally hit that randomize down here, and some of these things I don't want on here. So do I have a front sigil? I do. I don't want that on there. And also back festive. Yeah, I don't want any of that. I'll put something on there later for all my my peeps. But for now, there's that. Now attachments, I'm gonna go with this because I feel like it fits in a little bit with this aesthetic. It makes them look more edgy. I kind of like that. Just because it kind of is the way it is. Like I said, I didn't put anything on his legs because I already like it. I considered this, but I don't want to cover it up all that much. I like to kind of cater to the aesthetic that's already there and maybe amplify it a little bit. So that's why I picked these ones. However, I did kind of like, what is it, the Ghazal on this shoulder, because you can see his shoulder piece kind of sticks through it. It's kind of cool. So I kind of like that, but for the most part, I'm going to stick with what I've got on there now. I mean, even that looks okay because it kind of sticks through. It looks all right. But for the most part, I'm just going to stick with that. So let's get into some gameplay. If you came here just for the design and the kind of the look at it, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. But if you are interested in his design and whatnot, I'm going to jump into a pretty easy mission. I do want to mention right off the bat, I'm going to elaborate on this a little bit later. I mentioned this in the last mission, is wherever this Kuva fortress is, you're going to find nearby Grenier planets with these Kuva siphon missions that you can jump into, and those are 100% guaranteed to have a Kuva siphon on them. So if you're farming for Kuva, that's the way to go. This is a post-war within kind of thing. Hopefully I didn't spoil too much with you. I mean, it's a new resource. It's about all you know. So those are going to be out there. I'm pretty excited for that. I didn't think it was too hard to farm Kuva before, but actually that just makes it way easier. So that's awesome. But let's jump into Earth just so that I can show off each one of the powers and not have to worry about getting killed while I'm talking to you guys. So we'll jump into a basic exterminate, have a little bit of fun with it, and yeah. Alright, so I'm actually going to be jumping into a mission on Ceres. I did the Earth mission. There were not enough enemies for me to really debut the powers themselves, so I'm going to chop that part off. We're going to start off here in Ceres, and hopefully we'll be able to get all the powers done. Good, I just got 50 energy. I literally found 3 orbs of energy in an entire exterminate, and it was pretty frustrating because I forgot to put my equipment on to restore my energy. But I actually have it here, but let me get started with as much energy as possible. There we go, 150, fantastic. So first off, it doesn't look like there is any change to the shuriken. I didn't see anything in the patch notes. Shuriken is kind of the way it is, and I don't think it really needed to be touched. I did like the augment that goes with it, so the only thing I could really see is if they actually did away with the augment and put it on innately, but that's fine. So let's show off Smokescreen, which pretty much is the same. However, the only thing is it's going to tie into your Blade Storm, and the cool thing about that is now I guess the point is they're trying to get you to pull off a little bit of efficiency off your Ash, because you're kind of missing out on his Smokescreen by reducing his duration. To get your max efficiency, you have to reduce your duration, and they kind of wanted to do away with that. So I think what they did is they allowed you to get into Blade Storm, which I'll do now, and you're kind of in Blade Storm mode. You know you're in Blade Storm mode because of that little smoke that is around your guy. Now you are still allowed to shoot and melee and all that stuff while you're in Blade Storm mode. However, now you're going to be able to mark targets. So basically my goal is I'm going to come in here, I'm going to get a little bit of some sight on some enemies, and I'm going to mark one, or more than one. Let's see, there's one over here. There he is. So I marked him, It looks like he's got 2 marks on him because I held it over there longer. If I hold it on, maybe I don't have enough energy. Okay, well, my reflection managed to kill him, but I did get my energy refunded because of that. So don't worry about having enemies killed while you're marking them because you won't miss out on energy. It will refund you the energy you lost. But real quick, we got him marked, and let's hit Blade Storm, and he'll go through with those 2 marks. There were 2 attacks in there. I think I basically killed him on the first. So yeah, I killed him on the first, so I got my energy refunded as well. So don't worry too much about losing your energy when it comes to overmarking a target. That's fine. Now I'm going to show you what happens when you're in Blade Storm and you use Smokescreen in order to gain those extra benefits. Got energy. Yeah, I'm loaded up on energy. Good. So let's go out there and deal with that. So real quick, we'll open the door, see who's in here. Alright, so Smokescreen, we're going to target, and that costs me much less. I believe it costs 10 for every mark. So we'll try it again. We've got 100. We will Smokescreen, we got 65. Yeah, we marked him twice, so 10 per mark. Now without Blade Storm, it's going to cost you, yeah, 15 for 15 for every mark. So now you can actually pull off a little bit of your efficiency, and as long as you utilize Smokescreen, you maybe pull off efficiency, boost your duration. So now you're going to get a little bit of efficiency out of Smokescreen every time you use Blade Storm. So the efficiency build still technically is there. It's just going to require you to piggyback Smokescreen with it, which actually I'm really excited about because I used to, just like a lot of people, I used to completely destroy my duration and my Smokescreen because I modded my efficiency so high. So that's awesome. I'm really excited about that. Did I pass? I must have passed up somebody up here. But for the most part, that's a lot of the rework. The last thing that really has changed, which isn't too much of a big deal, but I can see why they did it. It's a little bit useful. Is now anything with a health bar can be teleported to. So let's see if I can find something in here. There's got to be like a resource cache or something in here. Okay, yeah. So you can now switch teleport to anything that has a health bar. So that includes these little caches and whatnot, barrels, not the lockers. Lockers don't have health bars. Obviously, enemies you can teleport to. What else? I don't think you can teleport to. You can't teleport to Cephalon fragments. No health bar on those. Also, hacking consoles, I don't believe have a health bar either. So that's a thing. Mobile defense stations have health bars, so you can do that. What else? What else is there in game? Any of these? Oh, I'm out of energy, but you should be able to teleport to those little resource caches and whatnot. So that's all good. That's all good stuff. I'm excited for. Oh, I mean, the teleport I didn't really use. I'm gonna try and use it more often, but for the most part, that isn't all that amazing, I don't think. But you know, it's useful. Those don't have health bars, so you can't do those. So that's basically the gist of the rework. Like I said, you're gonna get a little bit more efficiency out of your Smokescreen now. So utilize your Smokescreens. The Blade Storm is a change, and to be honest, it's a nerf. It just is. You can't really argue against that. But I don't know. I'm gonna miss Blade Storm. Don't get me wrong, but it's a decent balance. In my opinion, it's it was literally a way to balance Bladestorm so it wasn't too powerful. And I don't think they killed it. I don't think Bladestorm is dead, but it's definitely not as OP. That's for sure. But for the most part, that's about it. If you guys like the video, like the changes and whatnot. Oh, actually, let me try out this. I want to mark as many enemies as I can, and now I'm going to use that, and it looks like, yes, I can mark almost infinitely. I can health restore or energy restore while in Bladestorm, and it'll allow me to utilize more marks, which is cool. So that's a thing. Looks like I can only mark up to twice, and it's probably because I'm not maxed out. My Ash is not maxed out on his power or his level. But I don't know. Cool. So that's a little bit of a tidbit. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. I guess technically, if you found a huge room of enemies and you had enough restores and had a whole lot of energy capacity, you might be able to almost infinitely Bladestorm. But it's still, like I said, it's still not as OP as Bladestorm used to be. So let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I try to educate you guys on a lot of the stuff that comes out. Stay tuned for the Koga thing I was talking about as well, and I'll be farming for Valkyr, so hopefully we can get that done and out of the way. The Ceranos and the Venka Prime. We'll get that done. I got a new top 10 video I'm almost done with. That should be coming out soon. And yeah, stay tuned for a whole lot of gameplay that I do pretty much every day. There are times where, you know, life happens, but for the most part, I get around to doing a video a day or more. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Blah!